Thank you so much for taking the time. Lovely to see you all. So this show that you guys have, I was going to say coming up, but you have been on for a while, but coming up in Orlando offers more than the classic Disney experience. You know, you get a bit of behind the scenes and all of that. So can you tell me how this is kind of a departure from just the classic Disney songs we all know and love?
We're so excited to bring Disney Princess the concert to Orlando. The Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center, we are thrilled. This is the Disney stomping ground. And I've actually performed in the Dr. Phillips Center because I was in The Lion King on tour. So all of us have played Disney princesses in our own respective Broadway shows. And you will get a Broadway caliber show. We're celebrating 12 princesses and 2 queens from Frozen. The music, the animation, and you get to hear a couple of behind the curtain stories of what our experience is like as Disney princesses.
That's awesome. Anything else that you ladies want to add as well, or does that pretty much cover it?
Well, in addition to the live music on stage with our wonderful music director, Benjamin Rahala, and our handsome prince, you have a 40-foot screen behind the singers with some special effects, and we have all the animation from the various movies. So watching on this huge screen and sort of reliving those moments as you're hearing the music. And we don't just sing one princess song after the other. A lot of it, as Cindy said, we put stories in between the songs, and we sing in 4-part harmony. And it's really fun to sing with other Disney princesses. You know, oftentimes we are the sole heroine in our show, but this time we are all sharing the stage and supporting one another and really sharing these strong princess moments, pushing kindness and courage, and really, giving everything that we have to the audience.
Yeah, and apart from the magic that is all of the Disney princess songs, the heart of this show is women celebrating women. And I think that's something that the world needs right now. And it's really exciting to put forward these independent, strong, outspoken women that happen to be very sparkly and have tiaras.
And another thing that's really cool is that it's really this communion with the audience, in that they sing along with us, and we are just as much fans of Broadway as they are. So it's just this big celebration of the material, what it stands for: courage, kindness, love, the optimism that these characters continue and will always have and eventually instill within us, and have been instilled within us.
This is the ultimate princess celebration. So we encourage the audience to show up dressed as your favorite royal.
Yes.
And even Obi-Wan Kenobi is invited.
Yes.
We want to make sure that you are in your favorite Disney cosplay and you are showing up to Disney Princess the concert representing your favorite royal, your royal energy, and we will be doing the same. We will be representing our royal energy as princesses, women who have performed as princesses on Broadway. I celebrate the songs of Princess Tiana, Queen Anna, Princess Merida, and Queen Nala.
Amazing. Yeah. Sorry. So obviously I've heard you guys say this show, isn't just for kids, but it's for kids at heart, which we all are, when it comes to Disney. But I wanted to ask you, what would your younger self think of you having taken the stage as a princess on Broadway?
It's so surreal. My younger self would be so happy, because when I was a little girl, I used to sing Part of Your World in every single pool I could find, wearing my swimmies. So the fact that I get to sing, Rapunzel on stage and get to really embody these characters that are so positive and can really shift and change people inside, because just the tonality of what it is that we're saying, a lot of times we forget about how amazing these lyrics are. We grew up with these songs, but they're very deep, and there's amazing messaging that even adults can hear again and be inspired by.
When I was a little girl, the 3 main princesses were Snow White, Cinderella, and Aurora, Sleeping Beauty. And when I was in college, that is when the next set of princesses came out, which was Princess Ariel and Princess Belle, Princess Jasmine, Princess Pocahontas. And it's so fascinating to see the way the princess message has shifted and changed and morphed over the years. And I remember always wishing that I could be one of these princesses. I just loved the music. I loved the sparkle. I mean, but I also loved the message. And when I finally got to play Belle at Disneyland and then later on Broadway, I thought, oh my gosh, this is it. I did it. My dreams came true.
Yes. And I think it really hit me our first show that we had when we were singing our opening number and I was staring out in the audience, and we luckily get to connect with audience members visually. We can make eye contact, and looking at in the faces of little girls and little boys and whoever that look like us, and they see us making eye contact with them and they light up. And it was in that moment that I realized, oh my gosh, this is powerful. This is responsibility. This is communion in a really wonderful way. And I think that is the biggest celebration of all, that they get to see themselves represented, and we get to share that love and joy and strength with them.
Yeah. And also, I think the most exciting part for Disney Princess, the concert itself as a show, is that you'll never know who's going to pop in. We've had Susan Egan, we have Annalisa Vanderpool, we have Sarah Uriarty-Berry, we have Ariel Jacobs. You'll never know who's going to pop in to share their backstage story and share their experience with the audience and celebrate that princess energy with the next audiences that we travel through the city.
There's a surprise guest in Orlando.
Yes.
Oh, so exciting. Any more info on that, or is it a surprise?
It's a surprise.
Oh,
It's Disney magic.
You will not be disappointed.
of course, of course. And you ladies kind of have touched on this already. But what's different and special about performing as a Disney princess versus all of your other roles that you've done, whether on Broadway, off Broadway, whatever it is?
I think the most exciting thing about this show and what makes it different is that we are usually in our respective productions, we are the one princess. And that's our storyline. In this show, we are celebrating, we are coming together as lead actresses, supporting one another, sharing the stage with one another, combining our voices for this incredible musical arrangement by our favorite fairy godfairy and musical director, Benjamin Rauhala, who has put together the most powerful vocal arrangements for your favorite Disney princess songs. And supporting one another on stage is something that we love to see. We love to see women doing for other women. So I think that's one of the special things about Disney Princess, the concert, for sure.
That's awesome. Well, I think I'm almost out of time, but I have one quick fire question for all of you. Did you guys have a favorite Disney princess growing up? And if so, who was it? If you could pick one.
My favorite growing up, because there were only 3 available, as I mentioned, was Cinderella. But now it has shifted. It is Merida.
Yes.
You know what? And why? So the reason it has shifted to Merida is because she is fierce and she is courageous. And I love the mother-daughter bond. I have a daughter myself. Yes. And we would sit and watch that movie. And I was like, oh, look at that. Look at that. They're growing together. I love it.
I love that.
Sweet. My favorite Disney princess that I connected with was Mulan. She was a warrior. She was a fighter. She had a really close relationship with her father, as I have a really close relationship with mine. Yeah. And she does what's right for her community. And I mean, embodying Nala, she has a very similar track as well. So as a warrior, as a fighter, and as a leader, I definitely connect with those 2 royals.
That's awesome.
My favorite princess growing up was definitely Princess Jasmine, because regardless of the fact that she was the sole female in her kingdom, she did not let gender get in the way of voicing her opinion. And she was always strong and curious. And I love that she didn't let the boundaries of her palace walls define her. And she always went out and created her own destiny.
Yes, I would say the same thing for Princess Ariel, that she was strong and that she wanted to be part of this new world, and she made these strides to make that happen, and with courage and strength in her heart.
I love that. Well, thank you ladies so much for taking the time. I appreciate it. And I can't wait until you guys come to Orlando. I hope you enjoy it.
We can't wait.
Thank
We'll see you
you.
there.